Hello everyone. Just let me know whether my screen is visible and voice is clearly audible. You can write in the chat box whether my screen is visible and voice is clearly audible to you or not. Thank you. So good morning to all. Now we will this discussion. So we are discussing unit number 5, and in unit number 5 we have completed the point number 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Now in the last session itself we have started the discussion regarding decoders, and in that decoder we have also seen one type of decoder, that is into 4-line decoder. Okay, definitely move towards the decoder part. uh, decoder is a combination circuit which converts n bit binary input. Okay, it will have n bit binary input and its output will be 2 raised to power n output. Okay, in case of is to 4-line decoder, that is 2-line to 4-line decoder, the number of inputs were 2, so that's why number of outputs were 2 raised to 4. Okay, so here you can observe this is the block diagram of your 2-line to 4-line decoder, but one pin is interesting here and that pin is called as enable pin. Okay, so only when this pin is enabled or only when this pin is high, in case of active high circuit, your decoder will work. Okay, so this is the important point, that without enabling your decoder cannot be work as an the particular, it cannot perform the particular work. Okay, so take care of this pin. This pin should be, if the circuit is active high, then this pin should be 1. Okay, and if the circuit is active low, this pin should be 0. Discussion, we have assumed that our circuit is active high. Okay, so since our circuit is active high, Okay, here you can see that we have assumed that our circuit is active high. So for the active high, the value of this enable input should be 1. It should be kept. Okay. If it is active low, then it should be 0. Only after enabling your decoder, it will work according to its functions. So this is very important point. Then we have seen adding 2-line to 4-line decoder. You can observe here 2 inputs are A1 and A0 and 4 outputs are Y0, Y1, Y2 and Y3. So by observing this circuit diagram, you can say that these 4 outputs are nothing but the mean terms. Okay, these 4 outputs are nothing but the mean terms of 2 variables, because you can observe here by this circuit diagram you can easily expressions. Okay, to E. Just observe Y0. Suppose this is your Y0. The output of this AND gate is nothing but Y0. So this AND gate has 3 inputs, 1, 2 and 3. The one is enable, third input is enable. First one is connected to the NOT gate, which is again connected to the A. So this signal becomes A0 bar. Similarly, second pin becomes A1 bar. So here you can observe E into A1 bar into A0 bar. Similarly, you can write for all 4 outputs. Okay. So here you can observe that enable pin is common to all. If I neglect the enable pin just for a while, then you can observe here that this is nothing but the mean terms. A1 bar, A1 bar, A0, A1, A0 bar and A1, A0. We've already seen these mean terms while discussing the earlier unit, while discussing the K-map and all. Okay. So this is regarding 2-line to 4-line decoder. Now we will move towards the next topic, that is our 3-line and this is the truth table of your 2-line to 4-line decoder. So when enable pin is, since we have considered our circuit is active high, so your enable pin at 1, then only it will work. But in first case, you can observe when enable pin is 0, irrespective of your input, whatever your input, okay, A1, A0, whatever should be your input, your outputs will be, all output will be 0. That means no output is decoded or no output is selected. Okay. So in order to decoder, your enable high. So here you can observe 4 inputs are there. Total 4 combinations of inputs are possible, and for all 4 combinations, we have kept enable pin high. Then only your Y0, Y1, Y2, and Y3 output will be high. Okay, and only one output will be high at a time for given possible combinations. Okay, so here you can observe 0 0 is nothing but for 0 0 Y0 is high, 0 1 Y1 is high, 1 0 Y2 is high, and for 1 1 that is 1 1 is nothing but a decimal code, decimal equivalent 3. So it is the binary code for decimal 3. So Y3 will be 1. So you can remember this. Then the next topic is 3-line to decoder. So now we have understood that if the number of, what is the relation between number of input and number of output? So number of output is nothing but 2 raised to n, where n is the number of input. So this case, number of inputs are 3. So that's why the output number of outputs will be 2 raised to power 3, that is 8. Okay. So hence this decoder has 3 input and 8 output lines from Y0, Y1 to up to Y7. Okay. And of course, one enable pin will be always there, and you have to take care of that enable pin, that it should be always kept high when it is active high circuit. If it is active low circuit, then enable pin should be kept at 0. But now for our discussion, we are keeping it at high. Okay, we are considering this circuit is high. That means this circuit will match when enable pin is high. Okay. So we have to take care of that. Now again, uh, we have seen this type of arrangement in demultiplexer also. Instead of these input lines, in demultiplexer there were select lines. If you remember, if you recall, it was S2, S1 and S0, and similar arrangement you can observe in case of 1:8 demultiplexer. And there the common input was data input. Here the common enable input. Okay, just representations have been changed, otherwise everything is same. Similar to which demultiplexer? 1:8. Okay, so for 1:8 demultiplexer there were 3 select lines, but here 3 are inputs A, B, C. And in case of 1:8 demultiplexer, pin was nothing but here data input DE. Okay, all right. So now again, if you observe this from this diagram, you can observe that each AND gate will have how many inputs? 4 inputs. You can observe 1, 2. So total 8 AND gates are required for 8 outputs. 8 outputs are taken. Okay. If you observe, it will have total 4 number of input terminals or 4 inputs. Right. Out of these 4, one will be enable, which is common to all the 8 AND gates. You can observe enable is common to all 8 AND gates, and remaining 3 are nothing your inputs A, B, and C. In this case, we have denoted our input as A, B, and C. Okay. So again, while discussing general decoder structure itself, we have told that the outputs are nothing but mean. So again, you can observe from this combination, you can write these various expressions for Y0, Y1, Y2, and up to Y7. So here, let's assume that for Y0, it is equals to E into A bar, B bar, C bar. Right? You can observe here, this enable pin is taken as E. So one input is E and third input is connected to C bar. This is B bar. This is A bar. So hence Y0 can be written as E into A bar into B bar into C bar. Okay, similarly, you can represent for all 8 inputs. And if you neglect this enable input for a while, if you don't consider this enable, then you can observe that these are nothing but A bar, B bar, C bar, A bar, B, C bar, and so on up to A, B, C. These are nothing but the main terms for 3 variable K map. Okay. So you can remember this like this. Important part is its truth table. How to write truth table? This is very important. So for truth table, again we have two sections, input and output sections. We know that 3 line to 8 line decoder has total 8 outputs and 3 inputs. One input is again there, that is enable. We have kept it separate. Okay, so this enable will be always 1. If it is 0, you can observe, if it is kept 0, then what is happening? Then one of the input of your AND gate will be 0. As soon as one of the input of your AND gate will become 0, its output will be always 0. So you can observe no output is decoded or no output. You can observe here, just 1 second. So now you observe here that all goes to 0. In all 8 outputs, you can observe it will be 0, 0, 0, and so on. It doesn't matter whether whatever is your input. Okay, irrespective of input, if your enable is 0, then all your output will be 0. Your decoder will work only when enable pin is high. I'm repeating it many times so that it will be understood to you. Very important point. Enable pin. Then this is very much you have already done it many times. So since 3 inputs are there, so total 8 possible combinations will be there from 0, 1, 1, 1. Total 8 possible combinations. And depending on the decimal equivalent value of this code, that is 0, 0, 0. What is the decimal equivalent? It is 0. So hence Y0 will be 1. Right? Now second case 0, 0, 1. What is the decimal equivalent for this binary code? 1. So Y1 will be 1. Other all outputs will be 0. And so on. You can observe Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6 and Y7. All these are 1. So you might have understood the fact that where you can use the decoder. So decoder can be used in a circuit where multiple inputs are there. But you want to select only one output at a time. Only one output should be selected at a time. There you can use your decoder. Okay. So in this way, we have seen 2 line to 4 line decoder, then 3 line to 8 line decoder. It can go on. Okay. Then next decoder will be 4 line to 16 line decoder. Okay. Then 5 line to you. Then what will be your output for the decoder for 5 inputs? Anyone? What is the relation between input and output of the decoder? If input is n, then output will be 2 raised to power n. Okay. So now here, if my input is 5, yes, then output will be 32. Number of output lines will be 32. Okay. So we have taken the example of 2 decoder. We have seen in general what is decoder. Okay. So for the decoder, now we will move ahead with the next topic, that is flip-flop. And from this point, the initial circuit is started. Okay. So until this point, whichever circuit we have seen, in those circuit there were nowhere it is mentioned that, or nowhere you have observed that memory is not required. Memory was not the issue. So all the circuits which we have studied until so far, all these are combinational circuit. But from the flip-flop, different types of flip-flops now we will see in a couple of lectures maybe. And then the complete unit number 6 is based on the sequential circuit. We have already seen the difference between combinational circuit and sequential circuit. The important difference is the memory. Okay, it will not require any kind of memory, but sequential circuit requires memory. And for any sequential circuit, flip-flops is the building block of most significant circuit. Okay, so just like the gate we have used in combinational circuit, basic building block was gate. But here, of course, flip-flops are also made up of gate only, but generally flip-flops are considered as a basic block of most of the sequential circuits. Now, what is the difference between flip-flop and gate? Gate cannot store memory. Gate cannot be used as a memory. It cannot store bit. But flip-flop, on the other hand, is nothing but the arrangement of gates. Flip-flop is nothing but the assembly of logic gates. Okay. When you gather few logic gates it in a certain way, then that arrangement or that assembly will give you storage. It can be used for the storage purpose. That assembly can be used as a storage purpose, as a memory. Okay. So always remember that flip-flop is also called as 1-bit memory. 1-bit memory cell. Why? Because one flip-flop will store only 1 bit. Right? So these are the just points. I will just read it for you that flip-flops are the basic building blocks of most sequential circuits. A flip-flop is the memory element which is made up of an assembly of logic gates. Okay, so flip-flop itself is made up of logic gates. But logic gate cannot store a memory. Logic gate cannot store a bit. Whereas the assembly of logic gate, that is flip-flop, it can store bit and it is used as a memory. Okay, so it stores 1 bit. One flip-flop will store 1 bit, and hence it is also called as 1-bit memory cell. Even though this is the point I was mentioning, even though a logic gate by itself has no storage capability, several logic gates can be connected together in a ways that permit information to be stored. Okay, single logic gate cannot store, has not any storage capability, cannot store anything. But when you assemble the logic gates and you connect it in a certain way, then it can be used for the storage purpose. So this is very important point. I hope you got the concept of flip-flop. What is flip-flop? It is the basic building block of sequential circuit, any sequential circuit. It stores 1 bit of memory. So whichever memory you are using right now, whether it is in your laptop or whether it is in your mobile, so in that the basic building block is always flip-flop. 4 GB RAM है, 3 GB RAM है, storage है 128 GB and so on. Mobile की बात कर रहे, so that 128 GB is nothing but there are large number of flip-flops which are used. Okay. Now flip-flop has 2 stable state. Now we will see. Okay, so now we have understood that it is flip-flop. It is basic building block. It stores 1-bit memory, right? But how it looks like? So flip-flop can be seen like this. This is the general block diagram of flip. It will have either one input or more input. Okay. So depending on the different types of flip-flop, different flip-flops will have either one many inputs, but the output will be always two. Okay, one or more inputs will be there, but the output will be always two. Now these two outputs are nothing but, if you observe, it is written as, it is denoted as Q and Q bar. Q and Q bar. Where Q is nothing but, it is treated as normal output, and Q bar is nothing but the inverted output. That means Q and Q bar will be always complementary to each other. Right? This is very important point. You have to remember that Q and Q bar are the outputs of flip-flop, and these outputs are always complementary to each other. If the value of Q is 1, then Q bar will be 0. If the value of Q is 0, the Q bar will be 1. Okay. So a flip-flop has two stable states. It is sometimes also, you can also call it as a bistable device. Bistable means two stable states. It can remain in either of the states indefinitely. Okay. States changed by applying proper signals. Now these states, it has two stable states. That means, what do you mean by two stable states? So the output flip-flop, it can be either 0 or 1. These are the two states, 0, 1. Similarly, Q bar also will have 0, 1. And their outputs or their states can be changed by applying proper input signals. Depending on the input, their state. So the states will change from one state to another state, one state to another state. So hence it is action is like the flip flop. Okay, so it is continuously varied. So it is nothing but, hence it is flip flop. Okay, the states get changed by applying the proper signals. Right. So the figure shows the general symbol used for flip flop. One or more inputs and two outputs. So I have already mentioned you that it may be either one or more. That will depend on which type of flip-flop you are using. We will see 4 types of flip-flop in our discussion. In your syllabus also there are 4 types: RS, JK, D and T. So we will see, out of these 4, RS and JK have 2 inputs, D and T have. Okay. So flip-flop can have 1 or more inputs, but output is fixed, and output will be always 2 outputs will be there. And this thing you have to remember, that outputs are always complementary of each other. Q is called as normal input and Q bar is inverted. Q is called as normal output and Q bar is inverted output. Okay. Now two states are very important. You should understand these 2 points. That when Q equals to 0. Okay. Now don't remember what are the values of Q and Q bar at a time, because there is no need to remember both values. Okay, so you can remember only one value and other will be its complement. It is simple. So now we will only focus on the value of Q, because our Q is normal input, and whenever we require the value of Q bar, we can make its complement. Okay, so we will focus on the value of Q. Right. So when the output of flip-flop, that is value of Q is equals to 0, then that's the reset state. Okay, and when the value of Q is 1, then that state is called as set state. Okay, so these terms are quite oftenly used, such as our flip-flop is suppose set. Given flip-flop is reset. A given flip-flop is reset implies that is the normal output is 0 and Q bar is, of course, it will be 1. Complement of 0 will be 1. Similarly, if someone says that the given flip set output Q equals to 1, this Q is high and 0, complement of 1 is 0. Okay, so these are the general points regarding flip-flop. I will stay on this slide for a couple of minutes. If you are having any problem, then you can ask me. Okay, so I hope until this point everything is clear to you. Now we will straightly move towards the types of flip-flops. And in first type is RS flip-flop. So RS basically stands for reset and set. R stands for reset and S stands for set. So RS flip-flop, in many books it is also given as, it is also mentioned as SR flip-flop. So these are one and the same. उसको SR बोलो कि RS बोलो, one and the same. Okay. So RS flip-flop is the simplest flip-flop. It has two outputs. Obviously, it will have two outputs. One output is the reverse of another. Okay, we have seen that. One output will be Q and other will be Q bar. And two inputs are there. The two inputs are set and reset. The flip-flop basically uses NOR gates. Now in this slide, in this discussion, remember this point, that flip-flop, this RS flip-flop can be realized using NOR gate as well as NAND gate also. Okay, just to avoid the confusion, in this discussion I am realizing this RS flip-flop circuit using NOR gate. Okay, but if you observe the circuit using NAND gate, then there will be some changes in the truth table. This is the truth table. We will see how it is working. But just remember that if you are studying the circuit with NAND gate, then there will be some changes in the truth table. Okay, so now here we are discussing this with the NOR gate. So this is NOR gate. So just for the purpose of recall, can anyone tell me what is the function of NOR gate? How its truth table look like? That means when the input will be high or when outputs will be high or output will be low for the NOR gate. For example, if I am talking about the AND gate, let's say I am talking about AND gate, then what is the working of AND gate? If any one of the input is 0, the output will be 0. Okay. Or you can also say like this, the output of AND gate will be 1 only when all the inputs are 1. So similar working I want. So if anyone is knowing this particular the working of NOR gate, then he or she can unmute it and we can reply. You can also type in chat box.
If any one of the input is 0, then output is 0.
If anyone input is 0, then output is 0. It is for NOR gate. Okay. Anyone else?
Output will be at one state only when all the inputs are at logic 0.
Yes.
Otherwise, output will be 0.
Yes. Very good. That means the output of NOR gate. I will just this is the truth table. So from here you can observe we have already seen this truth table while discussing unit number 4. So you can observe this is the truth table. So from this truth table you can observe it will work exactly opposite of the OR gate. For OR gate, this Q was high when any one input was high. So now in case of NOR gate, you can observe the high only when both inputs are 0. Otherwise, it will be 0. Okay. This working is very important because from this working only you will be able to understand the working of RS flip-flop. Okay, so I'm just remember, just understand is the output of NOR gate will be 1 only when both input 0, otherwise the output will be 0. Or just sake of understanding, remember like this: if any one of input is 1, है ना, जैसे कॉन्सेप्ट पे एक इनपुट आपका हाई हो गया, that means the output will be 0. This particular scenario, as soon as I observe that one of the input is 1, then my output will be 0. Okay, I will be using this particular case many times. Again, I am repeating with that I will observe what are the inputs to the NOR gate. If I observe that any one of input is 1, then the corresponding output will be 0. Okay, all right. So back to the, now we will straightly discuss the working of RS flip-flop and also verify the truth table. This is the truth table of your SR or RS flip-flop. Okay, so now since two inputs are there, total possible combinations are 4. Now again, one important thing is here you can observe one more input is there, that is clock. Okay, clock, what is the use of this? That the circuit gives output only when the clock pin is high. Sequential circuit required clock. Okay, so only when, just you have to remember that this circuit will work only when its value is 1, when you are providing a clock. Okay, when this clock pin is high, then only this will work. Okay. Just for now, remember like this, it will be more clear to as we proceed. Okay. Now we will focus on just two inputs, reset and set, and two outputs, Q and Q bar. And now our task is to verify this truth table. Okay. So now for that, what was our requirement? Our requirement was you should be able to remember the truth table for NOR gate. Just we are saying what is the truth table for whenever the inputs are 0, then the output of NOR gate will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. Okay, so now by using this truth table, we'll of this, we will verify this truth table. So here you can observe two NOR gates are used here, and these connections are very important. The Q bar, this nothing but Q bar is connected to one of the input of this NOR gate. The input is reset terminal, reset input. Second NOR gate, if you observe, one input is set and second input is connected here. This is nothing but Q. Make sure everything Q. One input is Q and another input is S. So I hope you have understood the connection. Now we will move to working. All right. And first condition for some time, we will discuss it later. Move straightly towards second condition. That means the value of S is 0 and the value of R is 1. So I am writing value of R is 1 and set is 0. So for the combination, for this input combination, what will be the output? Out of that, just now we have highlighted that for NOR gate, whenever one of the input is 1, its output will be 0. Now we are saying whenever one of the input is 1, the output will be, because for NOR gate, to get one output, that means to get high output, both inputs should be at 0 level. Okay, you can just observe this. So if any one input is high, its output is low. We are using this, right? So it doesn't matter what is the value of another input. जैसे एक input आपका high हो गया, so you got that the value of the output of this NAND will be, the output will be 0. Now this 0 is, but it is propagated through this connection and it will come here because there is a connection, right? So now this 0 is connected here. So now what are the inputs to this NOR gate? 0, 0. Both inputs are 0, 0. That means the output will be 1. Okay. So here you can easily observe that. One second. Easily observe that whenever the value the input combination is 1, 0, I'm getting the output as 0, 1. So this second case is verified, right? Have you understood what we have done? As soon as one of the input to the NOR gate is 1, we have directly considered that its output will be 0, and then we have propagated this output to here. So 0, 0 will now become 1. Okay. So this is hence the second case is now verified. Now we will verify third combination, that is S equals to 1 and R equals to 0, this combination. So S equals to 1 and R equals to 0. Okay, so we can't say for the about this NOR gate because one input, but here as soon as we observe that one of the input of this NOR is now 1, that means it is sure that its output will be 0. Say for sure. Why? Because whenever any one of the input of the NOR gate is 1, the output will be 0. But we cannot say anything of particular NOR, right? Because इनपुट इज 0. अगर दूसरा इनपुट भी 0 होगा तो आउटपुट आपका 1 आएगा. अगर दूसरा इनपुट 1 रहा तो आउटपुट आपका 0 आएगा. So here we cannot say anything for sure, but for this NOR gate, as one of the input is 1, the output is 0. Now this 0 I am propagating here because this is nothing but one connection. So now we know the both inputs this NOR gate, that is 0 0. So whenever the both inputs to the NOR gate is 0 0, the output is 1. Okay, so you can observe for this combination the Q will be 1. That means Q is set, right? So whenever the set input is high, the value of Q will be 1. That means it is in set state. So your flip-flop will be set. Whenever one second. Whenever your input, that is reset input, is 1, whenever reset input is 1, you can observe here. Whenever reset input is 1, your flip-flop will reset to 0. That means your output is 0. Q equals to 0. Okay. Now third condition is pretty straightforward. Oh, sorry, third nahi, fourth. We have seen second and third. Now fourth is pretty straightforward, that whenever both inputs are 0, oh sorry, 1. So whenever both inputs are 1, now both NOR gate will have one of the input as 1. So its output will be, we can directly write it as 0 0. जैसे ही 1 दिख गया इनपुट में, you are pretty much sure that the output of NOR gate will be 0. So now the problem is Q is also 0 here and Q bar is also 0, which is contradictory. Why? Because we have said that Q and Q bar are complements of each other. So whatever is the value of Q, the Q bar value should be its complement. अगर Q की value 0 है तो Q bar की value should be 1. But here we are getting same value of the complementary variable. Q और Q bar की variable, दोनों की value same ही है. That's why this condition is called as invalid condition. So fourth condition is invalid condition. Okay, it is pretty straightforward. Same value आ गई आपके दोनों आउटपुट की, which is not possible because we have selected Q and Q bar are complements of each other. Right. Now first I will be explaining. Now for first condition, your both inputs are 0 0. You cannot say anything sure about this NOR gate. You cannot say anything sure about the output of this NOR gate. So what we will do, we will assume that, let's assume that Q is initially 0. Right? Because आप श्योर शॉर्ट कुछ नहीं बोल सकते, because one of the inputs are 0. अगर 1 होता तो आप बोल सकते थे directly that its output is 0. Right? Because now we don't have any clue regarding the second input of this NOR gate. So that's why what we are doing, we are now doing the assumption. We are taking the assumption as, let's assume that एक तो Q की वैल्यू रह के क्या रह सकती है, either it should be 1 or it should be 0. So first we will check with the 0. Suppose the value of Q is 0. One second, I'm actually having a problem in annotation. So now here R is 0, S is 0, right? We cannot say anything sure about the output of this NOR gate. So hence we have considered that this Q is 0, so that Q bar will be 1. Q 0 है तो Q bar 1 होगा. This is our assumption. Okay. Now this 1 will be propagated through this here, and this 0 will be propagated here due to the connection. So now here you can observe for 0, 1, what will be the value when the inputs are 0, 1 for the NOR gate? The value will be 0 itself, because एक input आपका 1 हो गया ना, so जैसे ही एक input आपका 1 हो गया, that means the output will be 0. Now for this NOR gate, both inputs are 0. So both inputs are 0 is nothing but the output is 1 itself. That means whatever you have done the assumptions, what we have assumed that the Q equals to 0 and Q bar is 1. So the assumption will be remaining as it is. There is no change in this assumption. Okay, we'll take another example. We will assume that now, let's assume that the Q, value of Q is 1 initially and the value of Q bar is 0. It could be possible, right? So now for in this case, this 1 will be propagating through this connection here, and this 0 is propagated through this connection here. Now for above NOR gate, both inputs are 0. Okay, both inputs are 0, so that its output will be 1. पहले ही 1 था, अभी भी 1 है. Similarly, for this NOR gate, the inputs are 1, 0. So that means output will be 0. So here you have clearly observed that whatever you have done the assumption, whatever assumptions you have done, the outputs are not changing. So hence it is written as no change. That when your both inputs are 0, 0, then what will this flip-flop do? Its output will be as it is. It is storing that number actually. Okay, so that's why this is very important case. There will be no change. Okay, so this is regarding the verification of truth table. I hope you have understood this point. If you are having any confusion, then don't worry. I will make sure that I will repeat this again in the next lecture as well, because it is very important. Okay, so if you want to ask anything, or if you are having any, then you can type it in chat box, or you can also ask me. Otherwise, we will do the session here. Okay, so those who are having any problem, they can ask me. Otherwise, you can leave the meeting.